Hey guys, during this video I'll talk about D-Aspartic acid. What it's used for is typically to raise levels of testosterone, help with libido, sex drive, that type of thing, but more commonly used in the context of building a better physique. So building muscle and losing fat. I've cycled on and off of it for, I'd say 4 or 5 years. I don't, I would rate it maybe 3 out of 10. It's not that strong. I mean, the first few times I even tried, I didn't feel anything, but kept on seeing the ingredient in very popular testosterone proprietary blends that I figured, okay, maybe this stuff does something. And I don't really think so. I mean, I've made a video about tribulus before. A lot of people don't like it. They like the aspartic acid more, but it's been my experience that tribulus pretty much has the only sole ingredient responsible for, slightly raising testosterone levels to the point that you notice, increased libido, increased mood, better sleep, all those things. I mean, you can really tell when your testosterone levels are low and when they're normal. Like the biggest example of that is, let's say if you're a male and you're on a calorie deficit, right? So maybe, for example, your maintenance calories is 2,500 and you're eating at 2,000 calories for like a month or so. Your testosterone levels just drop. It just happens, right? So you kind of know when your testosterone levels are lower than they typically are. So the aspartic acid, what it is, it's like a white, sort of unflavored powder, sort of like BCAAs if you tried them, branched chain amino acids, or glutamine. So you take powder, they say 3 to 5 grams is the recommended dose on an empty stomach. Although it's also found that people who took too much of it, so for example like 8 to 10 grams, those people actually saw a decrease of testosterone. So be a bit careful with it, know how much you're dosing, get like a nice kitchen scale type of thing, and if you are going to try it. But the most effective thing I found for testosterone was it was actually a proprietary blend. It's called Test Freak by what company? By Pharma Freak. That's Test Freak, and it's sold 120 capsules, typically about $50 to $60. Sure, you can hate it because it's a proprietary blend. They don't tell you really what they're putting in it. Like, they tell you the ingredients, but they don't tell you how much they're putting. But that was the first sort of exposure I had to a testosterone booster. I love the stuff. And then I just deconstructed the formula, and tried all the ingredients separately, like zinc, magnesium, B6, fenugreek, resveratrol, all that. And then I tried tribulus. I like the stuff, right? For whatever reason, I seem to respond to that a lot more than like zinc, ZMA, for example, or in this case, D-aspartic acid. So D-aspartic acid, again, 3 grams. So you want to count that into your macros. If you are counting your macros, that comes out to, they say like 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. So that's what, 12 calories. So it's pretty good stuff that way. You can buy it on Smart Powders. You can probably buy it on bodybuilding.com. Again, I would rate it low. It's better than like fenugreek, better than ashwagandha for raising testosterone, but not that effective. The people who would notice this are people whose testosterone levels are either lower than the normal range or on the lower side. So it's really the target market for that product is for people sort of in that range who are either on like the lower end of testosterone or outside of the normal range. Those are the people who are going to notice it. Whereas if you have like normal levels of testosterone, good levels, or even you're on the higher side, you take this stuff, you're going to notice absolutely nothing. Don't expect anything in terms of body composition, like lifting more weight, building more muscle, anything like that. If any, because to really feel that, you have to have a significant increase in testosterone. The only thing, if anything, you should expect is a slightly better mood, slightly better sleep, deeper sleep, things like that. So hope that video was helpful. That's D-aspartic acid, very affordable stuff, which is why periodically I just try it, just to give it a shot, see if my body reacts to it this time. But after the last time I cycled it, I just actually came off of it recently, and really hasn't made a difference. I wouldn't rate the stuff too highly, say maybe 3 out of 10, if anything. See you guys next time.